Good morning, Trent Hills, and welcome to Trent Hills Today. My name is Susan, and I hope you had a wonderful weekend. The mornings are getting brighter earlier, and the days are absolutely getting longer. And today we have beautiful sunshine. I hope you got out yesterday and enjoyed the weather that we had. Unfortunately, in one way, but fortunately in another, I was at the Erin yesterday. They were calling for rain and sleet and snow and stuff, so I said, well, might as well spend the afternoon watching a movie. Went to see The Post with Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. I have to tell you, I really enjoyed it. I'm not a Black Panther action kind of person. I don't like violence. I don't want that in my life. But I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the movie. The acting was good for sure, certainly not Oscar quality. But the story is so timely given what is going on today in the United States. And I found it really interesting to see Meryl Streep as the head of one of the most prestigious papers in the United States, and how back then all the men in her life sort of talked for her and talked over and around her as if she wasn't there. And it was so amazing to see the young girls be in awe of her when she came out of the courthouse. It was really one of the most impactful scenes I've seen in a movie in a long time. And I have seen Dunkirk, and I've seen the Darkest Hour in those. But if you have time, Monday, Tuesday night of this week, go to the Erin and see it for yourself. Like I said, I don't think it's Oscar worthy in any way, but it's a very compelling story. So what else is going on in our amazing community of Trent Hills? Well, this week in Campbellford, Antonia's, which is one of our favorite restaurants, is having a Pastelicious. Ravi's putting together a bunch of different pastas for us to enjoy. That will be Wednesday night. The price is $28, and you will be able to pick from a number of pastas that he and his team are going to be producing. I will be there because pasta is my passion. What else is going on? Let's see. We have, don't forget, there's the blood donor clinic at the high school. We really need blood. It's on the website, and I've mentioned it a couple of times, but we're coming into the summer, and the summer is when there are more people out and about. There's more accidents, unfortunately, not just car accidents, but boating accidents and that kind of thing. So we really do need the blood. And just another reminder that Hillcrest is having its 50th anniversary, and if you want to participate, if you're curious, interested in going, they have information on the Facebook page, or you can drop by the school and ask how you can help out if they need anything. Maybe they're looking for mementos of what happened 50 years ago, or pictures or whatever. So please participate in that. If you went to the school, or if you want to give blood, please go to the blood clinic, because that's something we all need, and I'm sure they'll be very grateful to have you show up. If you play cards, I don't have the patience to learn new games. I do play solitaire on the computer, but that's about it. Warkworth is having a euchre match. It's a fundraiser for cancer. It's on the 27th, and it's $5. It's at night. It's at the Legion, and there will be a light refreshment served. So if you enjoy a good round of cards and you have some friends, why not go down to the Legion and play some cards and see how well you can do. It keeps your memory sharp, they say, as we get older, and all of us are getting older, and you're contributing to a worthy cause. Then, of course, the thing that we're all looking forward to is the Maple Syrup Festival. That happens next weekend. That'll be the 10th and the 11th. Remember, March 10th to spring ahead. The mornings will be a little darker, but the evenings, which I think most of us really value, will be a little longer. There'll be the Maple Syrup Festival. And on the Friday night is a maple syrup dinner in Warkworth. It's $15 for adults, and you can get your tickets in town, and you can get them online. There, of course, Warkworth is very well organized. So if you type in Warkworth Maple Syrup Festival, all the information will show up there on their website, Facebook pages, whatever. So that's another way that you can participate in the community, enjoy a good meal, have some maple syrup. And speaking of maple syrup, I think we'll be tapping our trees this year again. It's an interesting experience. It really, really is. And I think for those of you who have not seen how involved it is, it might be worth checking out any of the maple syrup festivals that will be around. Curls will have one as well. To see how much maple syrup you need, it's a 40-to-1 ratio. That means you have to get 40 gallons to get 1 gallon, or 40 liters to get 1 liter. So you're sitting there and you're boiling it down and you're boiling it down and you're going, oh my gosh, is it boiling down? Is it boiling down? And finally you get that little hint of golden color coming. And that's when you know you're starting to reach the point where the water is evaporating and you're getting that delicious sap. So I think we'll be tapping our trees this weekend as well. In Hastings, if you are interested in learning more about the businesses in Hastings, or if you might want to start a business in Hastings, they're having the business show, Tell and Sell, from 9 to 8 p.m. in March. And you can get information again on their Facebook page, I believe. It's an interesting opportunity to see what businesses are there, because I think sometimes when we've lived in a community, we maybe don't explore it with the fresh eyes that sometimes outsiders do. I know when I moved here, everybody said, so how do you see our community? And I think it's important to go and see what other communities. You may not know all that's going on in Hastings. The same as I think most people think they know what's going on in Warkworth, but maybe not. Maybe you don't know that a new store opened or a store closed. I know that the last little while I've been bringing baked goods to different people when I've been going to someone's home, either for a meeting or because they're recovering from surgery, and they say, oh, where did you get these delicious treats? And I said, well, the bakery in Warkworth. And they go, oh yeah, I've heard about that, but they haven't made the trip. So, the weather is getting better, although they tell us not to take our snow tires off, for those of us who have snow tires on. But I think it's time that we shed our winter clothes to a degree, keep them handy, but start moving them to the basement and get out and see what our community has to offer. There's going to be lots going on. March is going to be an active month. We all know that St. Patrick's Day is coming up. I was in Campbellford yesterday and noticed that one of the windows downtown is all adorned in green, shamrocks and leprechauns and green t-shirts, and the t-shirts that say, I'm lucky I'm Irish. So there's always something to see and do in the community. Of course, there's always Ferris Park. If you had as part of your New Year's resolution that you were going to get fit, then there are walking trails, and there is a walking group that goes out every Monday, I believe it is. You might want to check that out. They too have a Facebook page, Ferris Park, and it's a good opportunity to get out, get some fresh air. For those of you who may not be really into nature, I'm sure you've seen or maybe heard in passing how good trees are for you, how positive just being in a forest can be for you. The air quality is better, and they're talking about the trees giving off some positive, I don't know what it is. I don't know that they've really identified it. But there was a picture in the paper today of a gentleman sitting under a tree, and they say that just sitting calmly under a tree can help you find your way or bring fresh ideas into your mind or help clarify things. So if you're feeling a little woebegone because the winter was cold and hard and you were inside a little too much and you're feeling a little sluggish, why not get out for a walk in Ferris Park? Carol Robertson leads this group, and I'm going to have Carol on to talk about what goes on in Ferris Park, because as I've mentioned previously, this is a significant anniversary year for them as well, and for their stone wall, I think it's called. They're going to be finishing up that this year. And if you don't want to go outside because you think it'll be muddy, or you're just not feeling that adventurous and you don't feel that you need to be positively impacted by trees, you can always go to the Hastings field house and walk there. They do have monthly passes that you can purchase, and you can walk at your own pace when you want to. You can ask a friend to go with you. I know there are a number of ladies who have been walking all winter and they really enjoy it. Again, as we get older, it's important to stay physically active and to stay socially engaged. So walking with a buddy, chatting about what's going on, talking about what you did on the weekend, or talking about your grandkids, or any number of things, is positive both for your mental health and your physical health. It helps, you lose all that tension, and it's just overall really, really a positive experience. If you feel you've got a little more energy, there's pickleball. I know that they play Wednesdays at 1:30. I'm going to try that. Maybe not this week. I may drive down though to check it out to see what's required. I know you need new equipment, shoes. You need a new racket. So I'm going to have to get one of those. But I'm also going to have to see the level of competition, because as much as I love playing sports, I'm not a competitive person. I do it for myself. That's why I love golfing. As much as you can't golf basically by yourself unless you get out at the crack of dawn, which I've been known to do. You have to golf at least with another person, or most often with a foursome. But it's really, golf for me is my own game. Did I hit a straight one? Did it go in the sand? Did I get it out of the sand nicely? So for me, sports is really all about whether or not I am doing well. Am I achieving certain goals that I've set out for myself? Not so much whether I'm being really contributing member of a team. And I don't want to let a team down. I think that comes from when I was a little kid. I was one of those kids that was one of the last two that people picked, in part because I was a little chubbier. I guess today we'd say I was chubby, but that was the reality. I was chubby, and so nobody wanted me on their team. So I guess I haven't learned to be a real team player. I mean, I'm a team player, but maybe I'm not great at being competitive. Anyways, the weather is going to be lovely. The sun is shining, so why not put your shoes on and go for a walk wherever you are, and for as long as you feel you can do it, because fresh air and the exercise is a positive thing. Until we meet again, have a great day.